Now for principle of conservation of angular momentum. Here we write statement and its proof. That statement is the angular momentum of a rigid body rotating about its axis remains constant in the absence of external unbalanced torque. Means when there is no external torque acting on a body, then the angular momentum of a body remains constant. To prove it, vector L is equal to vector R cross P. Differentiate with respect to time. Here R cross P, vector product. So R is first, then P, then R is first, then P. And then see the cross product. But here dr by dt, it is derivative of radius vector. It is velocity. P is mass into velocity. dp by dt is force by Newton's second law. So putting these values here, now here m is constant, so v cross v, cross product of vector with itself, it is 0. R cross f, it is torque. So you can write there R cross f is a torque, v cross v is 0. So dl by dt is equal to torque. But according to statement, if the torque is 0, then dl by dt is 0. If derivative of L is 0, then L is constant. If torque is 0. This is the proof. Then examples. First example is of ballet dancers. At the time of Olympics, that ballet dancers perform the show before starting the games. When they rotate with the small circles, at that time the hands and legs are close to their body and they rotate on one finger, toe. When the parts are close, then moment of inertia is minimum and angular speed is maximum, so they can fast rotate. But when they perform the larger circle at the boundary, at that time they stretch their hands and legs away from the body. Due to stretching, moment of inertia increases and angular speed decreases. So they can perform that popular show. Similarly, in diving in a swimming pool, when the diver is standing on this plate, at that time he stretches his hands to increase moment of inertia, and immediately that all parts get close to the body when he leave the plate, and at that time when that parts are closed, then angular speed of rotation increases and moment of inertia decreases, so he can perform the number of rotations in air before reaching to the pool. And when he dive in a pool, again he stretch his hands like streamline and he can perform the number of rounds inside the swimming pool. That all examples are for conservation of angular momentum. Now the next topic for the rolling motion of a body. There is a body like a sphere, a wheel or cylinder. Here this is a sphere of radius r, mass m. It is rolling on plane horizontal surface with constant angular velocity omega. The center of this body is moving along straight line with velocity v. Means it performs translational motion as well as it is rotating about the axis passing through the center. Means it performs rotational motion. So there are two kinetic energies. So total kinetic energy is translational kinetic energy plus rotational. This translational is half mv square, rotational is half I omega square. But I is equal to mk square, k is radius of gyration, and omega is equal to v upon r. Putting these values here, this term remains as it is. Now taking half m common into v square, then this bracket gives the total kinetic energy of a rolling body on a plane horizontal surface. Like that, the equations of linear velocity and linear acceleration for this body rolling on an inclined plane. That plane is not straight, it is inclined by angle theta. Here m is the mass of a body, r is the radius, it is just like a sphere. Here we held it at height h. From this triangle, h is the front side, s is the hypotenuse, so sin theta is equal to h upon s. So s is equal to, h is equal to that is sin theta is equal to h upon s. So this is equal to s sin theta. Now this body initially at rest, so its initial velocity is 0, and when it reaches at the bottom, its final velocity becomes v. When the body is held here at height h, then it possesses maximum potential energy. At that time kinetic energy is 0. So that maximum potential energy is called as gravitational potential energy, which is mgh. When it rolls, then that energy is slowly converted into kinetic energy. It is rolling motion, so like this, it possesses translational and rotational. So rolling kinetic energy is E translational plus E rotational. Putting that values, again use the same, I is equal to this, omega is equal to this. Putting these values, we get this equation of total energy, that is total kinetic energy. Now here this m gets cancelled, then v square is equal to 2gh upon this bracket, then taking square root, that gives the linear velocity. Then for linear acceleration, there we use third kinematical equation, v square equal to u square plus 2s, but u is equal to 0, so v square is equal to 2s, so a is equal to v square upon 2s. Now put the equation 2, that is v square here, and from this triangle s is equal to h upon sin theta. S is equal to h upon sin theta. Put that values, v square and s is replaced there. Now here this h gets cancelled, so 2g, again these two also gets cancelled, so there only g sin theta remains upon this bracket. That gives the linear acceleration of a body. Here is the end of the theoretical part of the chapter.